I think a fantastic ban against both Guma and Keria, both very good at this pick. See what that first pick is going to be. The Tristana and the Taliyah both open with a lot of strong jungle synergy for the Taliyah. It'd be tough to give that one over to Bulldog, because that's some pretty good games of it. His Tristana and his Corki, though, which we will probably see the handshake of, have been very, very strong. As T1 won't be the ones to make that choice of mid lane. They'll give the ball over to KWANGDONG FREECS to say, we're going to react to what you lock in here. The Yone pick, you know, they've seen rising up a lot on this patch. Feels a lot stronger when you have the Sejuani first pick here, so that may be the angle for FAKER.
Yeah, definitely could be. Also, FAKER, he did have that whoopsie at level 1 up against Showmaker, but he has shown that he is not scared of playing the Corki versus Tristana matchup. He's okay to take that handshake, and we know that FAKER loves Corki, so they take the Sejuani instead. Owner did look fantastic on that in that series as well.
And since we had the first 2 games of Cuz Maokai, it has been banned against him every single game until now. And unlocked to play it here with the Tristana. He will lock it in instantly. Happy to take that one. FAKER will handshake the Corki into this Tristana. Question is now, do we grab a Zeus pick? That's not the one I expected blind, but it's the one we're going to get. Pretty good into the Maokai. As looking for a potential range champion here for this matchup for Dudu. And Jace Maokai, an old favorite.
Is he really going to pull the Vayne out against Zeus? I don't think that's a good idea.
I think he's taunting him with a little bit, but I think he definitely would rather play the Jace here.
It's just so weird to see Nard this early. Like, we've rarely decided, because this is what has happened many times with Andal in R5. He just picks the Alistar. You want to play Nautilus? Alistar. You want to play Rel? Alistar. And he's great at it. He makes plays happen. And now, you know, they're going to pick up the Zeri and say, okay, play Nautilus. We don't care. I think you have to pick the Nautilus here, but could go Leona as well. Ezreal Leona the choice here for Guma Keria.
Yeah, and this is gonna get really interesting. Now, there's a lot of different picks you can play here, but the Rel seems the safest with that Alistar ban. And, I mean, they could have even gone Enchanter here to try to speed the Zeri up, give her a little bit more safety in lane, so you're not constantly bashing heads. The Braum also, I think, a pretty decent pick in this scenario. Nautilus so strong into Ezreal. Like, there's so many good options here, but the lane is going to be really interesting. Like, we have not really gone into a meta for a long time where it's both AD carries are actually relatively weak in the lane, but much stronger later on. Obviously, there's some big spikes, like Zeri can all in at level 6 and level 2. There's some stuff you can do in certain matchups, but usually it's, okay, there's a Zeri on one side, there's a lane that's trying to punish that Zeri early. We saw Lucian, Nami, Zeri, Lulu for the longest time. That's the quintessential theme. But now we have a scaling AD carry with a strong mid-game Corki, Gnar for late-game engage, so you have a lot of AD.
Side for the KWANGDONG FREECS. Here comes game number 1.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Here we go, game number 1. You mentioned the KWANGDONG fans are just very energetic. It feels like one of the only fan bases that really challenges T1 in terms of volume.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'd argue that, at least in my experience so far this season, even more than the Gen.G fans. And it's just this, I mean, every day the LCK, you know, sells out. It's full every time. So it's not like there's just less fans of one particular team. Even on a T1 day, you know, like there's the KWANGDONG side is extremely loud, as Cuz can be seen here. One thing I wanted to mention just really briefly, we talked about the AD carry meta evolutions and changes. We talked about the key player matchup being Guma versus Leaper, and both players are given late game hyper carries here essentially, especially with how Ezreal is being played in this meta right now. You can do a lot with him. If you can hit those Mystic shots, you have the power to carry late game fights, front to back, and take away the blue buff.
Oh, Cuz gonna win on that trade, and now Bulldog's coming over, and you see the team on the bottom side trying to 2v2. Owner is gonna flash and Arctic Assault away. Arctic retreat there over the wall, but a very tense trade between the bottom lane, Bulldog coming over, and now Cuz
is here for T1, and great moment there from Bulldog, no panic. Zeus has Mega, he's fine here.
Meanwhile, level 6 hit by Leaper. He's going in, but the extendo beam is going to miss. Leaper continuing, still up a level. He's not going to be able to get the kill, and he immediately does back off of the all-in. But Guma playing with some fire here.
Some extra bounces will give him the wave push here. And Guma will likely have to just back off entirely. Will be hitting level 6 shortly himself. Owner is going to be able to secure this grub, and that's pretty significant. Taking any sort of grubs away from Tristana always feels nice. When Corki is not going to have, you know, with the changes to grubs, it's actually really important to get those.
This is Meganar, and dude is playing right into it. Not sure if he really wanted to take this, but now he's going to continue on the trade. Does go for the World Ender here on Zeus. Knows he doesn't have his ult, and now Andal is here. Just level 4 roaming up to the top lane. And Zeus, I mean, he doesn't even have to flash.
Dude, starting off the Dragon.
Cuz is just getting full comboed here. There's not much he can do, as First Blood will go to Keria. But yeah, he's just clearing a ward.
And that is the end of the Maokai. That's the Dragon to go to T1. Faker's starting to get a lot more control over this matchup here in mid as well. No longer the bullying Tristana. He's starting to take a huge CS advantage here. We'll grab a plate, it looks like, here in mid off of this wave as well. Lots of money. I was putting pressure on putting that deep vision and using the bottom prio so incredibly well as Karia's coming over for a contest.
Yeah, they want to fight this. They want to punish, potentially. The first grub does go over to Quantum Freaks, but now a trade in mid, 1v1. Faker looks like he won't win that one. And Quantum Freaks just going to back away. They say, okay, we got our second grub, and that's it. We don't want any more. We don't want to fight you right now. So that will be 4 grubs over to the side of T1. They will get that buff.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole turret. It's all these plates going over. Cuz is coming over to try to salvage this play, but Leaper's already ulted.
Well, that ult did happen. They have some damage into Owner, but there's really just no follow-up, and that's why, I mean, I guess they saved the turret this
Won
way?
those grub exchanges earlier, how much more of a threat this would end up being.
Andal, that's not a safe place for you to back, my guy, and now he's being run down. He is going to get over to Bulldog here, but Solar Flare comes in, and Andal's just dead. I mean, he knew it, as now Cuz is coming over. They are trying to take this 2v2, but Carry is just so tanky, and Bulldog is barely scratching the Leona at this point. Guma comes over, and it might just be a feast for him. He takes down the turret, does Bulldog, but now Cuz is on the run. We got a 2v1 up here in the bottom lane, as this is an Aatrox. Faker taking a lot of turret hits, and actually Dudu is going in for the kill once again, wants to get down someone, and has a big chance here. Owner does have to flash just to save his life.
He's coming over here. Does not decide to commit. It's just a little bit too slow. Wasted time, decides to think better of it there. Zeus is going to be, after that play topside, able to come over here and equalize the turrets, take out this wave. And T1 are just winning everywhere. You're not supposed to be able to win on 2 sides of the map that hard at the same time. Now, the thought process here for Andal is correct in that he needs to shadow Bulldog so he can put that deeper pressure on, while Cuz is also topside trying to take the Herald. If you can do all of that at once, you know, it's huge value for you as a Bulldog.
Oh, this is rough. I mean, he is going to be able to jump away, and actually it's not rough at all. He's totally fine. I mean, he does get zoned off the turret and nearly kills Zeus, but they get the inner, and Bulldog is fine. He just backs away.
All right, what do they get in return? Without Cuz's ultimate here, I don't know if they get anything. Vernal Soul is going to be so significant for both of these teams, so every single Dragon fight should be a brawl here between these two. But with Kwangdong Freeks' gold deficit, I wonder if they'll commit to this first one, because it might be game losing for them if they get crushed.
Yeah, it's very true, and they're going to pick up the Rift Heralds here. Mao Dudu is in a really rough spot. He's being CC'd under the turret, and he's just going to go down to mostly turret damage. Takes Agras, now trying to trade this one back. Bulldog is around. Andal is going to get a very nice Magnet Storm, trying to take out Zeus, and they will be able to get him, as Leaper also going to join the party. And meanwhile, you know, they might be able to take down Keria and this turret, but at the same time, mid is being pushed in a big way. Andal also going to go down. As, yes, a couple of kills will go to Quantum Freaks, but look at your mid lane.
Yeah, inner is down, top inner is down, and I mean, that was down a long time ago. Faker's pushing on the inhibitor turret right now. Bulldog, oh, it teleports in to get chunked to 1/3.
Owner going for the alley-oop. It's not going to happen. Just going to play Gnar. Like,
it's always a Gnar angle.
Yeah, I like this pick. It's strong. That's it. That's my reasoning. And Owner, level 12, getting on in there. They are trying to trade this one back. Leaper does have a potential Zeri moment here. Owner getting pretty low. Leaper's getting in there. They take him out. And now Faker's in a bit of trouble. An angle for KWANGDONG FREECS says yes, Faker will get a kill, but it's 2 for 1. And Zeri gets one of those kills as well.
Take a screenshot of that moment.
He blind picks Snar in this meta. I can't mess with him. And he can't mess with the Snar right now. As look at this trade. I mean, it is not very close as the World Ender will be forced and Zeus is running out of Mechanar. So he's just gonna respect that. And now KWANGDONG FREECS are gonna start this one up.
A lot of damage on this Tristana straight towards the Dragon. Good zoning here from Cuz, who still has his Nature's Grasp. Owner trying to get close.
They're just going to take it down. And T1 do not commit to that as very nice buffer here from Bulldog. The Solar Flare not going to hit. And now the Nature's Grasp you mentioned, going to zone them away. But KWANGDONG FREECS, it looks like they want to fight. I'm not sure about that one. But Keria going on in. It's such a back and forth trade. It's now Zeus on the flank, going to take him down. But look at Owner getting extremely low. Leaper's still alive. Owner is going to go down as Bulldog gets that kill. And now 4v3 here for KWANGDONG FREECS, but Guma looking to take the 1v1 versus Bulldog. Faker coming over, making it unfair, and Bulldog is going to back away. It's kind of insane where this team is at right now. Like, we were not overhyping these guys. This is prime for a potential upset, and here comes Andil once again. Just the scrappiness, the resilience of this team, as now Guma in a lot of trouble. Bulldog, he knows how strong he is, and look at that extra poke coming out from Leaper. And immediately, KWANGDONG FREECS have control of the Baron Pit, and they want to send it.
I mean, it's Tristana damage here. Zeri over here as well. Keria trying to push his vision in. Zeus does have teleport, but he's already Meganar, so this is a little bit awkward for T1. Andil holding the choke.
They might have to give it up.
I think they do. Okay, he's going to TP in, but again, no Meganar. Good true shot.
Yeah, they got to try to fight, but this Baron is going the way of KWANGDONG FREECS. They get the objective, and look at this. Owner getting low, but Dudu and Andil are isolated. Andil will sacrifice his life for the team. But at the end of the day, it's KWANGDONG FREECS picking up the Baron.
Oh man, Andil is dead, but he's got that look on his face. He knows he did a good thing.
Hashtag worth.
Hashtag worth. T1 rushing over to the bottom side of the map where there's no objective to take. And this was just a great call from KWANGDONG FREECS. So the Baron buff is going to give them so much more map control. They already got...
This is buying a lot of time, though.
Yeah, he's
against the Baron buff.
Exactly, he's wasting Baron buff time here, but he's not going to get out with his life, I don't think.
Yeah.
Has the crush.
He is able to hop to the left, and the flash comes in from Cuz. They are going to shut it down for now, as now we got Bulldog. He's not able to buffer that one, but the ult comes out, and Bulldog is alive somehow, some way, and Owner can't believe it.
Oh man, I cannot believe the one buffer he doesn't hit. He still saves himself with a buster shot. They will get the turret anyways, but Zeus is pushed back. He's taken out topside. Baron buff, a lot of time lost. You can see it's actually just barely a positive here on the Red Bull Baron power play. 20 seconds until this dragon spawns. One of the faster groups.
That's a deny on the TP. And Andil, he does have to expend his flash for that. Dudu, he might not even get this turret right now. So... yeah, it looks like he will get it on the next wave.
Yeah,
but this is the entirety of their Baron buff power play, as you were mentioning. I mean, they get one...
Keria's in trouble.
Yeah, he has to flash, and he doesn't have Solar Flare, and they're going to use this Nature's Grasp. They want to get any pick they can, and they'll take the Leona, sure.
Right before Baron spawns, T1 no vision control here whatsoever. Zeus has teleport, so he can come in here and try to fight with them. But look at Leaper just rip through this health bar of the Baron. Now, Nature's Grasp can't be used defensively here, but I just don't think T1 can get inside this pit. And they're just simply going to back away. They have no vision. There's no entry. Owner trying to clear, but it's just too late. It's gone, Valdez.
Yeah, Owner knows he's on vision, of course. He's just going to let that one go. And that's a second Baron over to KWANGDONG FREECS. And at this point in the game, you can say they are definitely in the lead. And they're looking to extend it from here. They're looking to push in mid.
Yeah, I mean, this is a massive lead for them. They still have that Tristana pushing power. Zeri pushes turrets pretty quickly as well. And the Baron once again links up with that Infernal Dragon, this time the Soul. And T1 running out of options quickly here. And with a Zeri, with this build, she has a lot of lifesteal.
But as you mentioned, there's just not a lot of good angles here.
Yeah, I mean, KWANGDONG FREECS in such a good position. Bullock can soul this while Dudu holds the angle.
Yeah, they're just trying to zone Owner away here. Dudu's taking the brunt of the damage, but Owner is not going to get in the pit. It's Infernal Soul just given over to the KWANGDONG FREECS. They are so in favor of winning this game at this point.
I mean, the positioning was so fantastic for Dudu there. He's just denying them entry. I mean, the Meganar was so close for Zeus. He has flash Meganar, but he just can't get in there. There's nothing he can do. There's no prio. There's no teleport angle.
Yeah, and KWANGDONG still have Baron.
Yeah.
So.
And you can see the second the Dragon's done, Bulldog's like, I'm over the wall. I got Infernal Soul. You guys think you could be anywhere near me? You can't.
Well, they absolutely can't. This push is coming in from the bottom side. Still 40 seconds on this Red Bull Baron power play. They're looking to potentially push into this inhibitor. Bulldog is going to take quite a bit of damage, but you can see still they are looking to push into this one. No Sejuani ultimate. Dudu kind of in an awkward spot, but actually it's Zeus potentially in the awkward spot of the flash on the Gnar, and now Zeus is on the run. Dudu's just going to say, okay, I'm looking to push mid instead.
Yeah, I mean, if he can push Zeus out, you know, and push mid, that's exactly what you want. It's going to force this awkward timing for Zeus for he is to back, but that's
7 series, 14 games. And now the poke is coming in. There is no Baron. Bulldog is not going to buffer that. Not sure if on purpose or not. He is totally safe regardless. And will just be able to life steal up eventually, assuming he's got the rune. And yeah, they're just pushing. Straight up pushing.
Dudu.
Meanwhile, T1 trying to get on top of an Aatrox as Dudu will world ender and try to survive into this one. The Meganar available here for Zeus, going to push him away, but the Sterix keeping him alive as the passive comes in, and Dudu's like, you're not here, you're stuck in here with me, and now Zeus has to run away, and that's a turret down in mid in the meanwhile.
Dudu has teleport. They might just end the game. Zeus on the run. He's going to get over the wall, but maybe Aatrox is more interested in hitting some Nexus turrets as they're going in.
They're looking to end this one. Andil is getting pretty excited, and now with the SERIE ultimate, there's no way that T1 can avoid the fight either. Guma is going to cleanse on the root, and that is a huge true shot barrage coming in, but now they're trying to turn onto Guma. Guma will go down, just stabbed by the Aatrox as that will go the Tristana here. And potential for FAKER and Zeus to try desperately, but it's not looking good. KWANGDONG FREECS will take game number 1.
The streak is broken, and KWANGDONG FREECS stand tall against T1. It's like perhaps they were expecting FAKER was thinking he was going to take that away. So they could go for a Corki first pick here. That would throw a wrench in the gears, but the Skarner is just... It's so powerful and warps games. It's so difficult to punish. And in the hands of a very strong top laner, it does feel incredibly difficult to deal with. But it has fallen off quite a bit in recent times in terms of the win rate, especially hasn't been as high as you would expect. As Vayne into this.
No. No reason to do this.
Darius into this. Or just Talia. Block that one in. We'll get the Cassante first.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that you can play in the Skarner nowadays. It doesn't have to be Rumble. You can semi-handshake with Cassante. You can play TF. You can play different. You don't even have to pick top lane right now.
Oh, yeah.
You were mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just gone for a Talia lane, but looks like Corki is what they're going to prioritize now. They're going to push, instead of the Gnar, the Kalista lane up really, really fast here. Into this draft, Kalista Nico. So very face up, but it was definitely going to be banned in the second phase here again for KWANGDONG. But this is a very much T1 draft. You have really the only consistent players of this duo in T1. We saw like Execute play the Nico support with Kalista, but to mixed success. The Maokai we knew was coming. I mean, it's a Corki mid. It's another AD. You're going to pick the Maokai. It's been Cuz's best pick.
But we'll see what it does come down to. Nidalee considered very high tier. Another ban on Andil's Alistar.
Yeah. Okay, Talia being hovered here, which would push the Corki into the bottom lane, which has not looked great so far in the LCK. Or Maokai support could be a possibility as well, which as we've seen mixed success on. So
yeah, I don't want to see that, Wolf.
I feel like for T1 though, you don't know for sure how this is all going to go down. You have a pretty good idea.
It's got to be Corki 80 carry, right? I think you're right from the first guess. I mean, there is. Oh, he's playing Ahri.
Oh boy,
he's doing it.
Can't wait to see what skin he's playing, Valdez. Ahri,
I wonder.
Ahri Vi, Ahri Viego, or Viego as we often joke, the two best jungle mid duos here. they have a lot of engage already with Nico.
I like the Viego.
Yeah, they have Nico, they have the Charm, they have Skarner. I don't think they need to index further into, you know, click on somebody with the Vi. I think they need something that's a little bit more follow-up damage once you get that pick, get that transform.
Yeah.
Now,
Resets.
Nautilus to get locked. It's going to be Corki AD carry here in the bottom lane. And it'll be a new champion for Leaper as well.
You know, it could also be Taliyah AD carry. I don't think they would actually do it in the LCK, and I don't know how that would do into Kalista Nico, but you know,
you're kind of
rocks.
Honestly, you're kind of cooking. Like I'm like, well, it's Kalista. Like I'm like, that's actually a pretty cool idea, Valdez.
Yeah.
Don't tell CVMAX he's put that Taliyah on the bottom lane before in the grand finals against this very team right here. It didn't go so well. It was a little Pantheon action, but
you know, it's got some good synergy with the Nautilus. It's not gonna happen, guys.
No.
But,
so Mike. Oh! It's happening!
It's happening! Wait, it's happening!
The CVMAX special!
The hop onto the rift for game number 2. All right, here we go.
Spin, baby.
Guess what? A huge groan from the crowd. Who could have seen this coming? Oh, no.
Look, if Barrel wasn't going to use his, do we really think Faker was going to do it?
Hey, look, it's a broccoli.
He's laughing because Faker loves broccoli. It was in that Ignite Worlds opening, you know. It's a reference.
Yeah.
And Cassante thought that was very funny.
It was. Eat your broccoli. Lots of vitamins and minerals. It's very good for you.
Yes.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, Valdez. Taliyah bottom lane. The CVMAX special dating back to 2019, I want to say. The SK Telecom Griffin finals. Taliyah Pantheon.
Yeah.
It did not work. They tried it again. It didn't work.
Yeah. The thing is you don't even. There's one thing that Leaper is going to have to deal with. Like when you. Okay, might have to hold that thought as Bulldog is going way too far forward. The flash charm, the charm flash, it comes in and Bulldog's just dead. I mean, there's nothing, you cannot get away from that unless you flash first, and that is an excellent setup from Faker in mid. It is not going to feel great, and you're just going to try to be clearing waves as Andal is going to hook a minion.
Well, if he hit Carrier instead there, that could have been a huge play.
Yeah. Leaper had used his combo, but, you know, definitely some follow-up could have come in with some extra rocks being thrown. And, yeah, essentially you just want to try to stabilize. They are still going to have Prio down on the bottom side for T1. They will be able to take out this first Drake.
I'm really curious how this Taliyah is going to transition out of the lane because, in a lot of ways, okay, Bulldog is eating a lot of damage.
Yeah, Owner's just going in there and being annoying. Level 6 as well, threatening it.
Yeah, he had his ult, so he could both get out, but also continue to pressure the play. I was going to mention, I think Taliyah getting out of this lane, that was close, as another hook going to go wide, is going to be quite interesting because he's down on farm right now, and you know, unlike Taliyah jungle, it's not like he's just going to go clear a bunch of jungle camps and power farm up to his items. He's going to have to be in mid, and there's going to be under a lot of threats during that time in mid. And against this Kalista, continue to push against the Nico flanks about Leaper's survivability.
Chance, level 6 here, and he tries to wall away. That's not going to work, buddy, but, you know, he didn't have many other options. No flash available, and now the stolen Taliyah going to do it to them like that. The double kill going over to Owner, who certainly knows how to play that one, and now the Impale comes in, but the all-out is here, and Zeus is in a lot of trouble. He's just dead. Solo kill, essentially, as Cuz will pick up an assist along the way, but dude is going to take him down. This is going to be second Drake here for the side of T1.
See what soul it is. Cloud. Pretty good for Ahri, I would say.
Yeah. Very strong as the hook is going to come in. He will find all three of them in the knock-up. But essentially, it's just a disengage from the side of Kwangdong FREECS' bottom lane. And they will be able to deny the dive for now, but you see it brewing once again as Dudu and Cuz are up on the top side of the map. They know they don't have any support, so they just have to back away from this one.
Yeah, Grub's not really even feeling that powerful with this comp at the moment either, but at least they get something. But this is just so much value bottom side area.
They just kind of wall for protection. And does work out. Leaper gets in, gets the wave, but still down 21 as the Impale's going to come in as Cuz is here, but this time Owner's here as well, and now the TP comes in. Zeus in a lot of trouble. He is so incredibly low, and the all-out is there for the Cassandra. They are turning this onto Owner. The shutdown comes in, and that's 2 kills, maybe 3. Faker nearly goes down to the Corki, and Carry is here. Let's see what he can do as they know it's him. They will back away and respect that, Nico.
Yeah, I don't know if Carrier could have really done anything there unless they got... There's just so much mobility denial, so much lockdown, you could almost say, as T1 are going to try to get this Herald. Cuz has flash but no smite, not going to contest this. Will stay in the area, avoid that tender. I'm the tank now, and we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Bulldog has to really, really be careful about not getting taken out though or caught, because if he's dead, there isn't really consistent auto attack damage for KWANGDONG FREECS on the other side. Yeah.
There was nobody else there, and I think Bulldog would have been fine, but man, he's just really been eating so many different things from so many angles. Now we have a TP coming in, as KWANGDONG FREECS do want to fight this. T1, they are not necessarily going to go for this dragon here. They need to back away. And that they will for now.
Cuz has ult again to just kind of keep them at bay, keep them at arm's length, so engaging here is going to be tricky for T1. It's a single Cloud Drake without Prio here. You might want to think twice about heavily committing. Keria still fishing for that angle.
Yeah. And you know, we talked a lot about Cassante. If T1 get an engage onto one of the squishies and then the Viego gets the reset there, then absolutely. They've got an angle for sure. But again,
the positioning is so good.
Cassante problem.
Yeah, Cassante's just blocking them out here. Andal also watching the other flank angle. The split is so good, so it's hard for Keria to get a multi-man Pop Blossom here.
Yeah. I mean, the vision control around the Banana Brush and even north of it as well, just to really allow no angles.
Yeah,
Andal just waiting for Faker.
Exactly.
Oh, and the hook is going to come in. He's got an ult as well. Faker has to back away. Nico, Keria coming on in, but Cuz very tanky. Leaper totally fine. Keria's going to go down. Guma's in a ton of trouble. KWANGDONG FREECS, they find the angle, and they are absolutely decimating T1 on this dragon fight. It's a triple kill for Dusante. He is back.
Maybe he's the real AD carry in this team fight, Valdez. Cleaning them up. 4 kills for Dudu. The Cloud Drake goes over, but all of the gold lead is gone. 2,000 gold the lead now for KWANGDONG FREECS, and that's before they take these turrets. They disrespected them, but they've gone to these scrappy fights, and I feel like have said to themselves, this is our territory. We win these. We win these crazy teleport fights. You want to make a scrappy battle happen topside? Oh, you think you can hold Dragon? We're so good at breaking through those. We have so many engaged tools
at this team. Now, if they pick Bulldog, that's going to help. But the TP is going to come in, and Zeus, that's Dudu, and it's the Talia, as now we got teleports coming in from T1. It's only Leaper who gets knocked up. He's going to be blown up. Bulldog goes down. Leaper goes down. T1, they find the angle. Cuz was not here at all. And they call the bluff of KWANGDONG. They say, okay, you want to fight? Let's fight. Dudu's going in 1v4. Not sure about that, as he's kind of immortal, but is he this immortal? That doesn't look like it. He will go down. Ando will as well. And KWANGDONG FREECS, they finally make the big mistake, and T1 are there to take it down.
All right, spawns as well. It's going to be soul point for T1. But it's the same type of fight we saw on the top side of the map moments before, but this time T1's comp is a little bit more online, and the teleports to come in for KWANGDONG FREECS a little bit more disjointed, as Leaper isn't able to turn this one around, and KWANGDONG decide, okay, they call for Dudu. You might be able to just pop off. You're so tanky, and he has Jack Shows rolling, so his resistances are so insanely high. He wants to have the keen moment light.
Very slight. It's still anybody's game from here, I'd say, as the hook is going to sail wide. Faker's looking for the charm. He's going to find Andal. Andal does not have his aftershock, and he will go down. And Leaper, once again, rough spot for him as the Nico ult will come in. He has to flash it, barely gets away. Now Bulldog is left all alone, and the Impale is massive. He finds the front line, takes down Bulldog, and Cuz is not looking too good either. He does have his flash, and he will utilize it to get away, but that's could be barren, although there are some low health bars here for T1.
Prio's better than gold, Valdez, and when they get the Prio back, you can see how this comp is supposed to work. You can see how the CC is supposed to be layered, and Faker sets it all up.
Dudu's still full health.
He's full health.
T1 are respecting it.
But, I mean, for how long is the real...
Death cap, and he is going to pick it up, so he has it for this fight. A very timely purchase on that one. Still not a lot of penetration to deal with the Cassante, but that's not his main target. That's his last target. let me just say. So he's going to be chunking some of those squishy guys on the back line. As now trying to set up the engage here is Quantum Freaks. Dudu this time gonna just try to send it in, but now the wall comes in. Leaper in a rough spot. He is gonna get the stun onto FAKER, who is going to get ulted here by the Nautilus, but now massive impale on this front line, and now Nico's got everybody locked up. Leaper goes down, and T1 looks like they finally find the angle. T1 have got this fight in their hands. FAKER will go down, but he already did a lot of work. Dudu, he can't 1v4 them, and that should be Baron.
Yeah, and FAKER just outplays Leaper. Yeah, he gets caught, but he's ahead. He just is a more valuable brawler, fighter, skirmisher than the Taliyah, who's so cooldown based, whereas FAKER's doing a ton of damage, has his ult for some extra damage, has the mobility, has the Foxfire. He ends up killing Leaper on the top side of the fight as Dudu is getting taken out in the bottom part of the fight, front to back. Does Bulldog just not enough damage on this Corki, and a AP bottom lane isn't going to offer.
You know, we talked a lot about the draft. We talked about what would work for KWANGDONG Freeks, and it was working for quite a while. But it feels like that time potentially is up. T1 now in massive control with Cloud Soul and Baron buff. We're going to get something going. Dudu is going to be
deal with. Even though, like, Kallista's not escape. Okay.
Oh, we do have a Nico in some trouble as Keria, actually it's the Maokai who's in trouble. They immediately turn it back, and the damage you talked about is just insane. Even Dudu getting some knockups, it doesn't matter. You can't 1v5. Bulldog is in bot. They thought they caught Keria. Keria caught them.
I mean, I feel like Dudu's really putting the Showmaker coffee pasta to the test, but it is not working in this particular case. This turret is just going to disappear before our eyes as a feeble Weaver's Wall tries to slow down the push. Bulldog gets a push bottom lane, not going to be able to secure that bounty, but T1 may be able to end off this push.
Oh yeah, trying to land that charm as well, just to get an extra pick and potentially get that push to end the game, as you were talking about. But yeah, it's just going to be this inhibitor in the top lane. Only 15 seconds left on the Red Bull Baron power play. And they gotta try to set up for Elder here in about 2.5 minutes. Hook misses, and that was a GA Viego, and now we're just engaging on a Bulldog, and it's Keria actually has to get ulted back, but look at this impale on that backline. Leaper once again in trouble. He will go down, but Keria potentially as well lands that root, and in goes Bulldog, and he's immediately just gonna get blown up. This game seems to be done and dusted as Dudu, desperate, very desperate, will take down Guma, and immediately just gets thrown into the wall. He's going to buy a lot of time here, but eventually T1 are just going to run him down. As, okay, double knock up here, but that Viego is just too massive, right? Right? What is this champ, man? Okay. Down he goes, and that's the end of Cassante.
All right, down he goes. T1 look to end a closer fight, I think, than it really looked like, with Keria getting caught there. Guma being pushed down to like 20% health. No opportunity to offer damage in the fight, but FAKER is big enough to pick up the pieces, and Leaper goes down instantly. And without Bulldog, there is no damage. Cassante tried as he might, but Dudu can't get it done in the end. T1 are going to bring us to 3. What a series we have on our hands now, Valdez, as KWANGDONG Freaks will once again have sight. So Skarner Rumble trade has been pretty good for Rumble so far. We've seen some mistakes. We've seen some high proactivity from junglers where the Skarner can flash onto the Rumble and get a kill, punish the Rumble. But first, the focus will be on that coveted Corki pick, the Tristana being gone.
Definitely Garen here.
Shen.
No, Cho'Gath. Yeah, that makes, no, it's Sejuani.
Sejuani opens up the possibility that Yone potentially here in 3rd spot, depending on what they want to grab here second. As Zeus could get the pick here, and then the Yone could go for FAKER on the 3rd position, but it looks like going to go for Corki instead, and I think that goes to Bulldog 100% if they don't lock it now, so that would be the trade-off, but they could go the Yone. Sejuani synergy is really strong, but what does Bulldog play here? I mean, Bulldog's a pretty good Taliyah player. Doesn't have to be in the jungle, does not have to be in the bottom lane.
We've already got the Rumble too, so I feel like nowadays a lot of teams shy away from building too much AP. But, you know, Tristana's gone, Corki's gone. Do you really want to play Yone without a Sejuani? You don't even have Maokai. What will the choice be?
Vi?
Taliyah Vi?
Taliyah Vi, Ari, both strong opportunities here. As I like the Talia more for Bulldog because he's just shown a lot of games on it. He has a lot of experience on this pick. Not that he hasn't played Ahri games, but just hasn't been as impressive as those are really the big ones here. I mean, I don't think you play Azir in this comp, and there's no... They're just going to prioritize the Kai'Sa instead. But this gives the opportunity for T1 to ban the best Vi mids against you, so you're going to lose that for the Kai'Sa here.
Kai'Sa could also go mid.
Well,
I don't know if you want to play
is
that.
just throwing darts to the board now, trying to be able to profit again. I see.
It's there in the middle where Bulldog is, so obviously it has to be mid, right?
But you know Sejuani could go top.
Like the Vi is in the jungle spot, right? Skarner was totally ignored until now, and I mean, it makes sense. The Rumble was picked, and Skarner wasn't banned, and they just save it here for the third pick. As, of course,
this position for...
indexing into a lot of engage, you can just take that one off the board. So now it's really up to Keria, I guess. The zoom in onto him here in his 500th game. Guma isn't saying much. So probably picking support. Oh, no, although the nod comes in and it's SERIE.
I mean, the Nautilus ban did kind of make it look like that's the direction we're heading, but it has historically been pretty good for Kai'Sa so far in the few times we've seen it, because she can duel the SERIE in an isolated matchup. Now, they're going to look to take the Yone with that Talia gone, potentially here for Bulldog. And it is very strong in this setup. A lot of follow-up to this Vi ultimate. And you just pile onto a single target. As long as it's not the Cassante, you're feeling pretty good about your chances. Now, if you pick Rel here, which is extremely good at setting this up, they have the Alistar in response already. I like the Leona more as a result. Just continue onto that single target setup rather than trying to set up the big Wombo combo.
Yeah.
The follow-up is so much easier.
You do have some pretty insane single target burn, even if it is Skarner or Sejuani. Like, you can keep them in place for a good 4 to 6 seconds. You get an equalizer on top of that.
I like the Rakan a lot, actually, when you consider what he could do to turn fights back around. But the Alistar is just, it's so tried and true. He attack, but he also defend.
Also protect.
Also protect. And I look at this draft for KWANGDONG FREECS, and it's extremely binary. It's very much a Vi ult someone, there's a equalizer on top of that, a Yone ult tries to get on top of that, Kai'Sa ults in, you've got Solar Flare, and even a Skarner will die if there's no peel, if there's no Alistar there to protect him when that combo comes
for
through.
Game number 3. All right, here we go. Game 3. And it begins here. We've seen already today some Yone into Corki a couple times. This will be our 3rd time. And first time, we did see that the Yone was all right for Karis. He was able to stick around. Zeka wasn't able to punish him too much. But game 2 was a different story. He got harassed out. He got camped by Peanut. It was just rough. So I am curious to see how Bulldog's Yone is going to do in the early stages of this game, because we know what it can do as the game comes along, just in terms of team fight setup and pick potential, but have a rough time.
Same setup with owner on the Sejuani, like Peanut was on the Sejuani in that game you just mentioned, game 2 of the previous series. Karis got camped, so Ward's going to go down here. Lots of pings.
Ward friends!
They're buddies.
This is the same Ward.
Yep. Same skin.
Hide on bush.
Hide on bush.
There you go.
So, really hard to make a proactive play on the SERIE. So just going to settle for the Dragon, knowing that Sejuani is topside. Guma backed anyways. Pretty normal timing for that. Did not pick up a cull. We've seen that a lot today. Keria just sniffing this out as Faker is coming down.
Yeah, they saw that he went into the pit on that Ward there right over the pit wall, and they're actually going to stop them from doing the Dragon for now, especially because Owner now is able to roam on down. He only got 1 grub, and they say thank you for the leash.
Yeah, and that's enough to get Owner 6 as well, so there's just no way feasibly KWANGDONG FREECS can contest this, as Faker winning this lane has just been so massive for
in game 3, so definitely a different feel on a different champ that you don't quite want to feel in this position. Now Bulldog is going to come on over here and say, please give me a grub. And he won't get any. Just gonna help him leash that, and yeah, very different from solo queue.
Best at when they've been on top with this roster. Whether on top means being top 2 or top 1, because they've been both, right? But when they've been on top, it's been Faker controlling mid and then playing around it.
Oh, yeah. You're getting flashed, you're getting impaled, and guess what? The jungler's here. Oh, nice flash, though. A potential turn as Dudu trying to burn down Zeus, nearly able to do it as the flail gonna miss. And now the Vine coming in, and the turn! But no, the Vine gets knocked into the wall, and he just leaves him. First blood will go over to Cuz as he somehow is able to get something out of that play.
Offside gold even as well as Carrier's going in.
Yeah, level 6, and they're just trying to turn this immediately, but the TP is coming in, and now Ondil's kind of left out to dry, and so is Leaper. He's not going to win the 1v1 versus Faker. Here comes Cuz, maybe trying to turn this one around, but Ondil is just so dead. Oh, but the turn on a Faker, and now a TP coming in, but Cuz is 1v3, and the TP is denied, and Cuz will also bite the dust. Bulldog might also himself as he's taking plates against the Sejuani. And he's actually going to ult out of there. Owner letting that happen. Seems like he got out of that one pretty quick. But yeah, this is the bottom play.
Yeah, so Leaper here is just destroyed by Faker. Gold lead. It's 2 kills for the Corki, who already was controlling lane. Is already up 20 CS. And it doesn't get much worse than this.
And now you see a 4v4. The Prison is going to sail wide. And T1 immediately turned back to the Rift Herald. Do Quantum Freaks want to fight now? Equalizer available. Might just throw it in. Are they going to? The smite will go the way of Owner. And now a 4v4 just brewing here, but Quantum Freaks, even with the Glacial Prison.
If he had just held the ult too, expecting the flash, then he probably could have reacted to that as well. But it would have given more time to Cuz. Either way, T1's still massively ahead as much as we're nitpicking these small moments like Owner messing up the block on Bulldog's ultimate. At the end of the day, they're still winning big, and that's going to be an inner coming down.
Oh, and they're going for more. They're going to get the cleanse out of Leaper. And now it looks like Quantum Freaks, they are desperate to try to punish, but you see Carrier, he's very tanky as the cow. He's got this less opposition. Bulldog just split pushing, as now Ondil getting on in there, trying to punish here a little bit. A Solar Flare as well going to be thrown into Carrier. They're like, are you serious? T1 look like they want to fight here, as now Guma on the Zeri, and the follow-up from Carrier is so perfect. Gets on in there, knocks them both up. Zeus is winning this fight against Dudu. And man, Quantum Freaks really had a chance in this series, but I can feel it slipping away just now.
It is feeling unwinnable now, Valdez. I mean, it's a 4,000 gold lead nearly. Now Dudu will, so you lose everything. Now Bulldog gets the turret here on his second pass around, has picked up some additional gold, gets a little golf clap here on the Kwangdong Freak side as the resilience is there.
I think it was like one guy in the audience.
Let's not forget though, Valdez, game 1, it was not as big of a lead as this, but pretty large. And Kwangdong turned it around.
True. Zeus trying to take this trade. And they regret it, actually, as the Harpoons are coming in. Zeus doesn't have a lot of MR, and he's just scuttling away as fast as his little scorpion legs can carry him, and he'll just barely get away.
I guess Skarner is OP, Valdez. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, no, I mean, pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to give benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's balanced. Like, could be. He got nerfed, right?
Yeah, surely.
Wait.
Oh boy. Well.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah. He had a nice play against the Skarner, and now Cuz in a lot of trouble, and in comes Zeus as well, and he is just so tanky. It will go the way of Ibai here, and now a chance for Bulldog as he gets everybody in the pit. And Leaper's so desperate to try to join, he's just gonna send it. Might as well. And down he goes, and that is another big fight in favor of T1.
Very dominant game here from T1 as Kwangdong Freaks struggling to make ends meet so much better. Area.
I mean, they do have a lot of members here from the set of Kwangdong Freaks, and there's no unbreakable will. It was like 5 seconds away from the cooldown, and now you just gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta send it on the Baron. You have to. You don't have any other option.
Dudu does not have teleport, but he's got the faster rotation up here, and he does have his ultimate. Let's see what Owner can do.
Ondil spotted by the Baron, helping out T1. And Ondil, they're going to look for the trade, actually. In comes Bulldog. The turn is not that great, and the damage is huge from the side of T1. The Impale comes in, and Leaper just trying to get away, barely going to survive. And it's another T1 fight. Here comes Owner, looking to take down the Kaisa. And I think eventually you gotta get it. The flash missile just to shut him down. And T1 will stop the very all-in play.
The wrath of Faker, the god of League of Legends, the GOAT. He's flash snipes him, but it feels like a smite from above as he says, no, this game is over. T1 will not lose the 8th best of 3 against KWANGDONG FREECS. We're going from 7 to 8. We're getting the reverse sweep as Dudu, ultless and flashless.
He's got Unbreakable Will now, and he'll utilize that very well. Down will go Dudu.
Down will go the Baron as well. T1, 10,000 gold the lead now.
Anyway, so for any questions out there, yes, they kind of had to do that.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you do?
Yeah. We do have another try this time on the Zeus, and there are 4 people here. TP is coming in, and a triple impale, but still the damage is coming in, and now Faker is in a bit of trouble. The Vi ultimate held on to, and KWANGDONG FREECS take 2 kills, and a TP's coming in. They're not done with this game yet, apparently.
That's a very low health Rumble showing up. So he's like, ooh, maybe think better about this one. As will defend 1 Nexus turn. They did not in this case, but they still have full map control. They still have the prio for Baron. They still have a 9,000 gold lead, 9,500 gold lead.
Yeah, it's 8,000.
8,000. Whatever, Valdez.
Never do math on stream.
Oh, you're really counting the thousands above 5 at this point? Come on.
Yeah, probably shouldn't, actually. We did have an 18,000 lead game earlier today. And T1, they still have the Ripple Baron power play ticking for 300 gold, the difference. And they'll get another turret on the backside of that. Bulldog, maybe soon to be a champion in this game.
I mean, he's without really that much agency here, and they have 1 teleport ward, but it's a Rumble.
They just have to try to pick a vulnerable target, and it's probably going to have to be Faker or Guma at this point in time. I mean, Karia's not going to be caught out without Unbreakable Will again. And you see that T1, they're very confident that they are strong enough to just go for a push without Baron buff. And just siege and try to just do damage to turrets and objectives.
Bulldog could try to TP to that ward and just send it, but I don't know. Oh!
That's Dudu, and he is going to flash away. In goes Andil. The equalizer is pretty big value as they do get in the backline. Guma, though, skirts away as in goes Bulldog. They take him out. They take down Guma, and now Faker is just going to take down the other 2. Dudu on the chase, and he will take down Faker, because went so deep for this as well. And so did Andil, and he's just going to try to delay this one. Some shutdowns did go over to the side of the KWANGDONG FREECS. I'm just not sure it's going to matter too much as Andil as well.
Just delaying what feels like the inevitable as Keria just... Okay, well that's a reset death timer, you know, that's going to be a little bit longer.
State, but this is what we got to do, and Owner says, okay, we just got to fight, and they're looking for Cuz. Equalizer doesn't do much. I think it actually doesn't do any damage, and now they're going to find Leaper. Down he goes. Bulldog is just dead as well, and T1, they're going to snap that dream right out of the minds of KWANGDONG FREECS and their fans, and just force a team fight and end the game.
Yeah, Dudu might be able to win this 1v1. It's overheated.
Will he? I don't know about that. And now Owner is coming over, and yeah, Dudu's dead. Nice try, but at the end of the day, T1 will take down the 2-1 victory. KWANGDONG FREECS finally get 1 win against T1, but the series still goes over to the side of T1.
I feel like this game was all about Faker's lane control.